Hey guys, this is MB Cash, and I'm back with a new toy review. And this one's going to be a little interesting and special for a number of reasons. I just came back from Comic-Con about a week ago, and it was so awesome. It was my very first Comic-Con, which I've mentioned in the past, and I had such a blast. And yes, I did cosplay as Turbo Man, just like I said in my Turbo Man helmet and jetpack review. And I did say that I was going to be doing a review on my whole suit, which I will do, but, you know, I've just been busy with just, work and other things going on, just coming back from Comic-Con. So I do apologize for the delay, but I will do that video soon. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and show you guys a little something special that I picked up while I was at Comic-Con. And it was something that I was very, very stoked for the moment I saw the announcement. And I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. It is the Jakks Pacific Big Figs Batman v Superman Joker's Wild Batman. Now, when they announced this figure on Facebook, I was just blown away, and I knew I had to have it. This is a Comic-Con exclusive figure, and it was over at the Entertainment Earth booth. And it's a really neat figure. I really like the whole concept behind it. As you can see, it is a white Batman figure that's all covered up in Joker graffiti. It actually reminds me of the scene from the movie where Bruce Wayne is in the Batcave and he's looking at the costume of the what we can assume deceased Robin, which, by the way, they did confirm that that Robin costume does belong to Jason Todd. So I love that nod to the comics there for when the Joker killed Jason Todd. But in the costume is all trashed up, and it's got graffiti on the front. It says, "Joke's on you, Batman, ha ha ha." So that's what this figure kind of reminds me of, just full of all those those graffiti marks. So it's really cool. I really like the whole concept behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this figure up close. So bring the camera on here. Okay, so there's the face, and it looks amazing. Just like with the... there we go. Just like with the regular Jakks Pacific Batman v Superman Batman figures, whether if it's the 19-inch or 30-inch, it has a very, very good likeness of Ben Affleck. It's a very accurate depiction, or sculpt, should I say, of Ben Affleck. But it's really hard to tell because, again, the figure's all white and it's got the Joker face paint all over it, but it's so cool. And there's the big J for Joker on where the bat symbol is usually located. The bat symbol's still there. It's still sculpted on, but it's covered by that J. Bunch of ha 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 tags, and there's the Joker that runs all the way from his side down to the leg. And there's a Joker right there. So it's really neat. It's a really neat figure. So yeah, Batman v Superman, the Joker's Wild Batman Big Figs by Jakks Pacific. And turn them around. So that's what the figure looks like from front and back. You can see it's got the Joker smile on the back of his cape there. It's done in a cool Joker card design. I like that. Let's do a little bit of a read up. The Dark Knight has many enemies in the bowels of Gotham City. None is more deadly and more unhinged than the diabolical clown prince of crime, the Joker. With an origin shrouded in mystery, this creative, conniving criminal always has a new scheme up his sleeve to get the last laugh on the good citizens of Gotham City. With his repulsion of the Caped Crusader, what if the Joker took it upon himself to design Batman's iconic costume? This defaced look would give Batman a colorful new look that reflects his insane ideology. Very cool. So there's DC Comics, Batman v Superman symbol, Warner Brothers, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and all related characters and elements, and DC Comics and Warner Brothers Entertainment Inc. Blah, blah, blah. We don't really need to go into all that. So, yeah, it's a really cool figure, and Like I said, I really I knew that this was a figure that I had to have when it was first announced, and I'm so glad I got it. It was $60, so a little pricey, but could have been worse. It could have been in the $100 range, which I'm pretty sure there are people that would be willing to spend that much money for a figure like this. I know I had one of my coworkers, try to offer me $100. Of course, he was just joking, but I'm pretty sure there are people that would be willing to spend that much for a figure like this. But it's really cool. Now, at the beginning, I mentioned that this was going to be a very interesting review, and here's why. Normally, I would review figures that are loose, that are outside of the box, but for this figure, at least for right now, I do not intend on opening him up. I am going to keep him inside his box. So it's going to be interesting getting to do this whole video on a figure that's still in mint condition inside the package, so bear with me. Now, like I said, the costume itself, or the figure itself, is really cool. I like the idea of it being all trashed up by the Joker. Now, as far as the articulation goes, it's pretty simple. It's basic, just like all the other Jakks Pacific big figs. The only other Jakks Pacific big fig that I own is my giant Godzilla from the 2014 movie, but he's a little different because he's a giant dinosaur monster, so his joints and his body is a lot different from this. So to demonstrate how the articulation works, I brought in a stand-in, and it is this guy. This is an old focus. There we go. This is an old Kenner Michael Keaton Batman from, I want to say this is either from the 89 line or Batman Returns. I think it's Batman Returns. I'm not really too sure, but if you guys know which line this is from, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure this is from the Batman Returns line, because I believe the 89 Batman line, the figures in that line were pretty much like the old DC Superpowers line by Kenner. But still, this is a really cool figure. I've always liked this one. I've had it for such a long time, but the articulation on these figures are pretty basic, and that's pretty much what we'll get out of that over there. So I brought this guy in just to demonstrate. So this Jakks Pacific giant Joker's Wild Batman, just like this one right here, it's got a movement in the arms, and it can rotate in a full circle. And there's a movement at the legs that can go forward and back. And as you can see, this figure, the legs can move backwards, but I'm not sure if those can do the same thing. I'm not sure if they're capable of bending your legs that much, but oh well. And there's also swivel at the head. Now with this figure though, that this one doesn't have, there is a swivel at the wrists, which these don't have, but you pretty much can all figure out how that works. And I don't think that figure has any movement at the boots, just like this. So, but the articulation that you get with this figure is pretty much what you'll get with that guy over there. So yeah, again, it's very simple, very basic, just like with all the other Jakks Pacific big fig figures. I may let me put this guy down. I may in the future want to pick up a regular Batfleck from the Jakks Pacific big figs line, whether if it's the 30-inch or the 19-inch. I may pick one up. I might even do the same thing for the armored Batman. But for now, I really like this guy. I'm so glad I got it, and I was really happy that on the day, because I bought him on the last day of Comic-Con, and one of my worries was that they would be all gone. But no, surprisingly, there were still quite a lot left, so I was glad I was able to pick one up and bring him home with me. So this is a really, really cool figure, and like I said, for right now, I plan on keeping him inside the box. If I do if I do decide to open him up, then maybe I might do an updated version of this video. But for now, I'm going to keep him, and I don't know, I may just, I may keep him that way. You know, I might just keep this guy inside the box and just buy a regular Batfleck. So that way I have this guy to be displayed inside his box, and then the Batfleck I can just display, you know, just however I want him. But yeah, it's a really cool, figure, and like I said, I paid $60 for it, and this was a convention exclusive. You might be lucky to find him. I know you can find him online, but there is a possibility that you might be able to find him at Toys R Us stores in the future, because every now and then I see, when I go to Toys R Us, I'll see those, you know, convention exclusive figures, like with NECA toys and Mezco, you know, just all those convention exclusive figures that normally you would expect to pick up at Comic-Con, just pop up on Toys R Us shelves. So you might get this guy at Toys R Us pretty soon. I'm not too sure, but I just hope so. So that way, for those of you who weren't able to attend Comic-Con, you guys can still have a chance to pick one up without having to, you know, just order them online and just, you know, pay shipping and wait for him. You know, you can just go to the store, go to your local Toys R Us, and just pick him up right there and then get it over with. But this is like a neat figure. I'm so happy I got him. So that's my review on the Jakks Pacific Big Figs Joker's Wild Batman from Batman v Superman. You know, just doing this video actually is making me all the more excited for Suicide Squad, which is going to be out next week. It looks really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. With Batman v Superman, I enjoyed that movie. I really like it, despite what the critics think. And I thought Ben Affleck just nailed the role. He is now officially my favorite Batman. And as far as Suicide Squad goes and the Joker, I want to say I'm curious and kind of excited for the way Jared Leto is going to portray the Joker. I just still don't like those stupid tattoos all over his face, especially that damaged tattoo on his forehead. It just looks ridiculous in my opinion. But I am excited and curious as to how his performance is going to be. So you never know. I mean, for right now, Heath Ledger is still my favorite Joker, but Jared Leto might have a chance of hitting it out of the ballpark. So maybe perhaps his performance will be enough to wow me to the point where I'll be able to look past his character design. So yeah, we just don't know we won't know until next week, until the movie comes out. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm really glad I got to do a review of this figure. And once again, I apologize for the delay as far as the Turbo Man cosplay is concerned. I will work on it pretty soon. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this figure, and I hope you enjoyed this review. And until next time, I will see you all later. Thank you, and God bless.